Tánaiste, last year 76,000 people emigrated from the state. That's roughly 1,400 people a week. That's 210 people have emigrated every single day of your administration so far. Now, 12,000 people wrapped around the RDS in Dublin last weekend in an effort to leave this country to work. And we saw thousands of people queuing from early hours in Cork yesterday morning to do the same. Now, the curse of emigration that we've seen in the 50s and 80s that has ravaged this country is back with a vengeance due to your government's policies. Kids are being pulled out of schools. Grandparents are not getting a chance to see their grandchildren. We have families fire-selling their houses currently. And the GAA generation is being deleted from communities right up and down this country. Now, this government have let go 9,000 people from the public service in the last 6 weeks. And as far as I can remember, this is the largest private sector job losses ever before to hit the country. And as has been said, other banks are up back behind at the moment.
Thank you.
Now, the vast majority of these people feel like they're falling off a cliff currently. And if you contrast this desperately sad situation with the backslapping fest that went on yesterday within the government, it is unbelievable to see. And will the minister admit himself at this stage that in many ways he has become the Minister for Immigration, and that immigration is now a central policy platform of this government to tackle unemployment?
Thank you, Deputy. Tánaiste.
The answer to immigration is to create jobs here, and that is what the government's entire strategy is about. That strategy involves, first of all, attracting investment into the country. That means that we've had to restore the country's reputation in order to get that investment back into the country. We are seeing some signs of new jobs being announced and investment being generated here and returning to this country. That is why, as I've said earlier, we have published a strategy for the creation of jobs in this country, the Jobs Action Plan that the government has announced. That is why later this morning we will be announcing a further initiative which is aimed at attracting more jobs into this country. Every single day, Deputy, every single day, this government is working at trying to get investment into the country and trying to get jobs generated here. Now, there's not going to be an overnight success here. And there was no backslapping fest yesterday. Both the Taoiseach and I made it very clear that yes, we have made progress. We have stabilised the economy. We're seeing some growth return to the economy. We have seen in the last quarter of the year an increase for the first time since 2007 in the numbers of people at work in this country. But we're not going to exaggerate that. There is a huge lot more to do to get the jobs that we need so that people don't have to emigrate, and to get the jobs that we need so that people who have emigrated can return to them. And I want to assure you and assure everybody that that is what the government is focused on now that we have stabilised the economic situation in the country, stabilised the very difficult set of economic circumstances that we inherited a year ago. We are now working on recovery for this country, getting employment back into it, getting investment, and again, that is why we need to assure investors that there is stability in Ireland, that there is stability in Europe, and stability in the Eurozone.
Thank you. Dr. Tóibín.
The Tánaiste, the edifice of spin comes falling down when you look at the facts. This government have decided to pay €3.1 billion into a promissory note at the end of this month, into a bank that has no customers.
Sorry.
This is a completely jobs...
Hold a second there. Hold on a minute, will you please? We live in a parliamentary democracy. The person is entitled to ask a question and the person is entitled to answer it. And will you please cut out the shouting? Please ask your question.
This is a completely jobs-free investment.
That applies to you
Now contrast that, right? You're spending 7 times more money on this promissory note than all the money that you will spend in the IDA, Enterprise Ireland, Shannon Development and the County Enterprise Board for 1 year in total. So that shows you directly where the priorities of this government are. It is time that the government start investing in and fixing the real economy. And does the Tánaiste not agree that the promissory note would be better spent reducing unemployment, ending emigration, creating competitiveness, tackling disadvantage? And please, it's time to go beyond the argument that we have no other choice and that it's this lot here's fault. We need to find out why jobs and emigration are not the priority and why they're second.